Hey guys, welcome to Manifesting Better. I'm back with another video and another topic that needs to be addressed. I also have an Instagram account. The link for that is in the description box below. Coaching is also available. The link for that too is in the description box below. Hey guys, hope you're well. So in this video, I want to talk about how I manifested my romantic relationship in my life. Now, I usually make notes for all of my videos. This is one video where I won't be making any notes because there are many people, some of the people that I was involved with in the past who follow me, and my girlfriend must be watching this because she sometimes helps me edit my videos, so she would be listening to this. So like, I would not be able to share each and every information because some things are confidential, and I have a lot of followers, so I don't want people to just go into that. But I will try to share as much as I can, because if one thing, like, this is something one of my clients asked me to do. They told me that, hey Karan, can you please actually make a video on how you manifested a relationship? Because when I talk about my life, I come from a very traumatic childhood, a lot of financial issues, severely unhealthy relationships, intimate relationships. So I will just talk a little bit about all of it, and no notes, nothing. I will just directly get into the topics. And as much as I share, I won't be able to answer any video, like much questions on this video. So I will just share as much as I can in the first place. So I come from a background in relationships where of the first few relationships that I got involved in were very unhealthy relationships. So the first relationship, the first kind of dynamic that I got involved in was a dynamic where I was like interested in the person. I was very naive, did not know what a relationship looks like, did not know how love is supposed to be, did not know how things are supposed to work out. And I did not know the rules and games of relationships. I was very young, right? And because I was in that state, what used to happen was that I got attracted to this person, and at that moment, that is all that I could get attracted to, because this woman showed me all my insecurities. Like, that was literally everyone is me pushed out. She literally showed me who I was not, right? So she kept showing me all my unhealthy traits, and she was already involved with someone else. I did not know that. She kept telling me, making false promises. A lot of things happened till eventually I was so obsessed, I let go of a lot of things for myself. I was into unhealthy patterns. I was obsessive. I used to stalk, I used to chase, I used to beg, I used to do all of these things that I tell you guys not to do. The reason that I tell you guys not to do these things is because I know they don't work, and I know that they will get you into bigger and bigger pits. So I was someone who, because of my financial issues at a young age, I was bullied a lot in school. I was bullied. I was very physically weak because I did not have finances going on for me, and it was a lot of traumatic things that I cannot share here. But because of that, what used to happen was that I was in a consistent state of self depreciation. I now realize how much I used to romanticize victimization. I used to see these TV shows and used to see the characters who were the underdogs, did not get what they wanted, and I used to connect so much to them. So, long story short, that relationship, that situation eventually ended. And that is when I got into the concept of manifestation. But at that time, I only had surface level knowledge about the concepts of manifestation. So when I got into it, all I knew was the secret, right? I just got into Joseph Murphy, Neville Goddard, and I just tried to apply the teachings from the get go. Right. So I just used to affirm, visualize, do all these techniques, scripting. I have been doing journals and everything since the past many years. I don't even know. I have a whole stack of journals that I have filled, right? I still kept them with me. So that is when I started working on myself, like in a manifestation point of view, where I started seeing small results. Some things used to change, some things did not used to change. And then later I got into another relationship. Now when I see that relationship, I now realize at that time it was a better, way better relationship than the previous relationship. But at that time, I now realize how that relationship was a representation of me, because in that relationship, third parties involved, infidelity involved again, and that wasn't there at the start. So I'm pretty sure I manifested all of that consciously, because I used to look for a third party, because in my mind, the only way I would feel secure, the only way I would feel like I won, is if I won over someone else. I wouldn't feel like I'm winning if I got the thing directly. I would need the validation that I would get from winning from someone else. So that was the only way that I would feel chosen. Then got into that relationship, multiple breakups, we got back together, manifested that person many, many times back in my life. It was a whole thing. Then these were two prominent relationships. Then from there I got into a few dynamics which were very very intense, toxic, like very good dynamics. Some of them were slightly toxic, but this is the time where I started working on the concepts of relationships. I was being so much better. I worked on my self concept, worked on my wounding, worked on my issues, gotten into such a good place where I remember I was on some dating apps and I used to go out on some dates, and every person that I used to want to go out with used to want to commit to me. It was that level. So I remember I went out on a few dates, and every person I used to go out with, they wanted to date me, they wanted to be in a relationship. But in that time, because not because I was not ready for a relationship, but because I had so many things going on in my life that I did not feel the need that I have the energy to be in a relationship. So that after that I met my specific person, my girlfriend. So we met, and this was the first girl who, like, I was very attracted to when we first met, like very very attracted when we started. Right? We had an awful first date. My father got some health issues. I needed to come back. A whole thing happened. We just met for a brief time, right? Now, after that date ended, I was pretty sure that in that time she had rejected me, because I could see that she had made an excuse to get out of that situation for whatever her reason was, that she did not want to continue that date with me. I did not take it at heart, but it sort of became like a thing for me that how can someone reject me? I am not someone who gets rejected. So while I was going forward with that, we just somehow planned another date, right? We did not used to text much, no chasing, no stalking, nothing like that was involved. And then we both were dating other people at that time. So then, like, we met again after a few more dates, we kept getting closer. Now the thing that happened here, which was very interesting, was after around a month of meeting each other, we both became exclusive, but we both hadn't had the conversation. So the thing that if you will see any high value individual have is that they will take their time while committing to someone. See, I know what I offer, right? I know what my value is. I know what I bring to the table. Similarly, she does too. So if I know what I offer, if I know what I bring to the table, for me to commit to someone, that person would actually have to offer a lot of value in my life. For me to be able to call them my specific person and my girlfriend, I consider that a very important title. Similarly with her, she also considers that a very important title. And because I was in a stage of my life where I emotionally, physically, and mentally, with my subconscious beliefs and my patterns, was ready for an adult, romantic, healthy relationship, I met the person in that time and even got attracted to her. I know if this was me a few years back, 5 to 6 years back, I wouldn't be even attracted to this person in the first place. So when people say everyone is you pushed out, that is also reflected by in your choices. That is why some people, when they say that, you know what, I worked on my self concept and I don't want my specific person anymore, there is a reason for that. If you don't, then the probability is that the reason that you wanted them in the first place was because they were projecting your unhealthy patterns back to you. So all that happened, we got into this dynamic. It went along for a while. We were just dating. Then we hit a roadblock in a relationship. Now that is very personal, so I won't be able to share here. But then we hit a roadblock in a relationship. And now looking back, when we talk about it, that roadblock was one of the biggest bonding factors for us. It was a problem that we both started having in terms of emotions and everything. It was a thing that started happening, and we connected in detail based on that. And after that we just got exclusive, and after that, like, we both like gotten into a relationship. We have been dating for a long time now. A few things that I did when I started to know that I want this person and I started to want to connect with this person, and these are things that I did not do to just manifest her. That's another thing with manifestation techniques. If you're doing the techniques to just get something, you're not actually using what the purpose of the technique was. My mindset towards manifestation techniques is, if a technique is going to make me feel good, I'm going to do it just for the sake of feeling good. I don't need this technique to get me something, because I know I am the catch. I know it will automatically come to me. It came to me so organically because my beliefs were aligned. It came to me so organically because my mindset was aligned. It came to me because I was emotionally ready. Right? So the thing with manifestation techniques is, we do most of these to just get. And because it doesn't fulfill the purpose, because techniques are not supposed to just be about getting, it is supposed to be about living in the end, we ruin the process. And our mind knows when we are lying to it, when we are just doing something out of desperation, doesn't really help, right? So what I used to do is, I used to visualize to songs. Now there were some songs that we used to listen together, and I used to visualize these songs to these songs. So I used to put my headphones on, I used to visualize our time together, what I would want to happen in the future. And these were just things that were things I wanted to feel good about, because thinking about them made me feel good. There was no attachment towards the fact that I want this now, I want this now, right? This used to be before, when I used to do manifestation techniques, before in other areas when I hadn't worked on my inner issues and my self concept, but this wasn't the case now. Also, it happened so organically that this is what Neville Goddard says, that it comes to you in the most natural way, right? I have this video where I talk about, are your manifestations a coincidence? Because when manifestations happen, when you are actually aligned, they do feel like coincidences, right? So these things, when they come to me now, especially if things that I have worked on, money, wealth, clients, love, relationships, friendships, they come to me so organically that it doesn't even feel like a manifestation. It's because I have made that so normal for me to achieve, that these things don't feel like big things, which it would have felt to me, I think 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 years back, right? I also scripted how I want my partner to be, even before I knew that this was my specific person, or even before I knew that I wanted to date this person. When I was just writing down the qualities of a partner that I want to have, literally fits the bill, right? We watch anime together, so if any guys watching, they're like, that's the dream. Now, a few things that I would like to say. There are a few more things that I used to do. Like I used to do breath work. I still do it. Did a lot of self-concept work. I did a lot of inner child healing. I think my self-concept course, the idea of the course was developed and generated when I was going through that. So whatever I have shared in the course is what I actually worked on. So I did a lot of routines, my life got better. I shared this in my previous video where I talk about my success story. All things in my life were getting better. So that achievement was for all things. Now, a few things I would like to say for people who don't know what a healthy relationship is. So we do have arguments. We argue a lot of times. Sometimes these arguments are things which make us feel very, very bad, and we want to hurt each other, but we don't. We do have issues where we disagree with each other. We don't agree on everything. We do have times where we don't want to spend every day with each other, where we don't call each other 24/7, because we have lives. We do go out with friends. We have lives outside of the concept of this relationship and just being together all the time. We do go out alone. We have dates. We have all these things. We do have insecurities. I have many, many insecurities that come up. She has many, many insecurities that come up. One thing that we ignore and we think is, we do get bored. We do get bored of talking about the same things all the time. But that doesn't mean that we haven't made a decision to stick with each other, and I haven't made a decision to love her no matter what, and she has made a decision to love me no matter what. That doesn't mean that we sacrifice each other on our non-negotiables. That doesn't mean that we don't respect each other. That doesn't mean that we are not committed to each other, right? Please understand that a healthy relationship, on one picture, the happily ever after is just one day of your life, right? Eventually, the happily ever after is also a journey where you go through life together. So these are all parts of a healthy relationship. As long as the conflict resolution is healthy, as long as you guide, both can agree to disagree, as long as there is commitment, as long as your non-negotiables and negotiables are being respected and accepted, as long as there is love, as long as there is loyalty, these are a part of a healthy relationship. So I also have videos on what a healthy relationship looks like. You can check that out. So I wish you guys that you can apply all these things, and I wish you that you also get into a relationship like that, because you do deserve it, and I would love for that to happen to you. And my girlfriend is listening to this, so yeah, I'm blushing slightly, but I will see you guys in the next video and hope you have a good day. Click the like button if you liked the video. Subscribe and turn the notifications on for more such content. Comment down your video suggestions, and I will see you guys in the next one.